Up and Adams. We are a TV show, and we are welcoming a superstar wide receiver out of Virginia Tech who is shooting up draft boards with his dominant combine performance. Jaylin Lane, do not forget about me when you are doing the Jamar Chase, T. Higgins style deals in a couple of years, okay?
No, I got you for sure. Don't even worry about that.
It's nice to meet you. I want NFL fans to get to know you. It is not every day that my producers at 5 a.m. are like, "Kay, look at this play. We got to show this." Blah. It was as if they all had like candy for breakfast and were losing their minds, bouncing around the room. I need you to walk me through this 58-yard punt return touchdown against Marshall. Do your thing.
Yeah, so there was just a point in the game where I knew we needed a play, and it was just one of the things I was like, yeah, I'm returning this no matter what. And honestly, I kind of blacked out during the play, so I really only remember to this point right here. I only remember this. So yeah.
I mean, this play, I need you to know, Jaylin, this is my nightmare. Like, my producers love it. You're saying you blocked out. Like, you're running up into a crowd of defenders to catch the punt. You run right by all of them. You run through a guy, grabbing at your face mask. You are completely fearless.
Yeah, you got to have a little bit of fearlessness being back there at punt return. So I say I get it from my mama.
Okay, I love that. Shout out to your mom. Is there anything that scares you? What scares you?
The ocean.
Oh my God, me too. Wait, why? Yes,
You don't
yes.
know, like it's like only like 10% of it's been explored or something like that. It's like that's insane.
Yeah.
And
do you go in the ocean? Will you go in the ocean?
Knee deep, max, and only clear water.
Can we get my producer Matthew Hamilton, who I can barely hear? Matthew, I've just met. Perfect. I've met my soulmate in the draft process, Jaylin Lane. I'm terrified of the ocean. I won't go in the ocean. I'm scared of all of it. That is a perfect answer and a smart answer, and I think every NFL team should take notice. You were one of 2 players in the ACC to return a punt for a touchdown last year. I know all of our producers are so excited, going through your tape, going through your metrics, going through everything. Have you done, my friend, any film study on the new NFL kickoff? And have you planned out or visualized how you're absolutely going to crush those?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I talked about it even with my receiver coach and special teams coach at Virginia Tech. Just like it's basically a punt return on kickoff return now. Just how guys are just lined up and stuff like that. Just have the mindset of a punt return. So I'm excited for it. I think it'd be cool to experience it. So. Yeah.
Do you know the word everyone uses to describe you and that I see more than any other word?
What's that?
What do you think it is?
Is it like football related?
Mm-hmm.
Explosive? I don't know. Explosive.
That's the word. Is that the word you would use?
Yes. Yeah. I say explosive, versatile is my probably 2 words I'd use.
Yeah, explosive is all over. I was in our morning meeting. It kept coming up. Everything I read is about that. But you are very versatile, and we're going to get into that. But I wanted to get to some other stuff because you're lining up at. We wanted to know. My producers wanted to know what was more exciting to you: lining up at running back and like taking one to the house, or switching roles and throwing a touchdown to your quarterback. Which one do you like more?
I'm not gonna lie, throwing was pretty cool. Like, cause we practiced that play literally since the first day I got at Tech. And we didn't run it until this past season against Georgia Tech. So I was just waiting on my opportunity to show it in game. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Do you politic to get the ball in so many ways? Because you do. You're saying you're versatile. You're the first Virginia Tech player since 1992 to record a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown, a return touchdown, and a passing touchdown in the same season. Like I bet you're sitting there with Coach Pry and saying, I want to be involved as much as possible.
I mean, I don't think I like talk about it too much. I just kind of let the ball find me. I overheard one quote said the ball finds energy. So I always try to have good energy and just on and off the field. So yeah, I just think that's what happens.
Tell me about those passing touchdowns. What are we going to see in the NFL?
Hey, more passing touchdowns, more rushing, whatever the case may be, I'm prepared for it. So,
are you enjoying this process? What's like the weirdest part about it? People picking you apart. It takes forever. What do you think about it?
I mean, I'm definitely enjoying it. I'm super blessed. But like going to the combine, you don't realize how much goes on outside of just the day you run and things like that. But with medical things, X-rays, MRIs, I got measured at least 4 or 5 different times. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. But I'd rather be going through it than not. So.
Did you like your combine? Let's take a look at some of this. This is good, right? You ranked in the top 3, Jaylin, among wide receivers in pretty much everything. When you walked away and you saw all these metrics, how'd you feel?
I mean, I was extremely happy about it. Only thing I was upset about is because Bayshaw was faster than me. But it is what it is. But I think I had a great day. I had great. My family was there, so every time I did anything, it just erupted. So I just had a lot of motivation, and yeah, it was a fun experience.
You could hear your family?
Oh yeah, they were right in that corner, literally, because there was like 8 of them there, and they literally every single thing I did, they're screaming their lungs out. So
you're telling me you weren't happy with a 4.34 40?
Oh no, I was extremely happy, but I was just mad that Bayshaw was Bayshaw Tootin beat me. It is what it is. I told him I won't get him next time. So
no, I love that. I think that's that says a lot about you and what everything you've got going on, what your mentality is like. You said your family was there. What is it like having your dad be your coach? Because that's what happened, right? Clover High School, shout out to them, Coach Brian Lane. What was that like?
Oh man, like while I'm in it, like he was hard on me, I'm not gonna lie, but just looking back on it, it's one of the greatest times of my life, just, being around him all the time and the relationship that we already had and how it got built, through him coaching me. And, I feel like he's made me who I am today. So I'm eternally grateful for him.
I think it's an advantage for you, honestly, right? In this path and this journey and going to he was hard on you. I think that's a good thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like he's been a coach my whole life. I'm 5 years old in the film room with him, not learning what cover 2 is, things like that. So yeah.
What's been his best advice in handling this process, this journey, the 9 times you have to get measured? What's his best advice? What's like the thing you hear in your head that he's saying?
Well, I think there's one thing he says so many different things. He's making a book of like his quotes. I'm like,
cool.
Yeah. But one thing that always sticks with me, he says, never let anybody put a lid on you. So just the sky is not even the limit. You can go farther than the sky. It's just something that just kind of rings in my head whenever I'm going through things like this.
Jaylin, 31 out of 32 teams were lucky enough to talk with you. And you're a joy to have a conversation with. Not the Rams. What's up with that? What's up, Rams? What's going on?
Well, no disrespect to the Rams at all. I love, it's great. Braden Fitz, he's actually part of my same agency.
Love him.
Yeah, Braden's a cool dude. But, the Rams, they just don't have a lot of representation at the Combine or Senior Bowl. It's just how they do it, even because Braden told me about it. Like, we talked about it before I went to these events. And, that's just how they do it. That's cool with me. If they want to call my phone on draft day, I'll happily answer. So
was Braden trying to get you over there? Is he doing his work behind the scenes to make sure that happens?
I don't know. It's just one of those things you just never know about this process. So, he might be behind the scenes. I don't know. I had to ask.
You had an official meeting. I don't even know if I know what that means. Like, because you've met with all the teams, they've all seen you, they've all sized you up. You had an official meeting with the Bucs at the Combine. What was your takeaway from that experience?
It was definitely cool. You see the videos of guys that done it in the past. You go into a room, it's like 15 to 20 guys from the organization in the room. So I was a little nervous going in, but everybody in there was so cool. Like, we just kind of talked ball. We, talked my journey and watched a little film. But they were definitely easy going. It made me feel welcome. I think it was a great meeting.
I mean, I'd like to see you in that room. That'd be a nice receiver room. Like you, Mike Evans,
Chris Godwin.
What do you think?
I mean, look, they want me. All you gotta do is make that phone call.
You grew up a Steelers fan, as I understand it, and is Hines Ward really why you wanted to play wide receiver?
Yeah, he was originally why I was like, man, I want to be just like him. I almost wore 86 and I wore 83, but that's a whole
Wow.
nother story. Um, but yeah, Hines wore just that whole Steelers, that run they were going on when I was growing up, that inspired me.
Why'd you wear 83?
My dad likes to say, when he played, he was number 11. So he likes to say 8 plus 3 is 11. It's not the exact reason. But so in ninth grade, my uncle actually coached me on the ninth grade team. And we had like a scrimmage and I ended up just getting 83. I was like, it's just a scrimmage. Then he said, this is your number for the season. I'm like, oh, man. But I just stuck with it. And I don't know, I just grew to love it. And, I've been 83 since literally ninth grade of high school. So,
I mean, I'd like to see that 83. Does somebody have that number in Pittsburgh?
I'm not positive. I don't know.
Interesting. I'm sure they'll tell me in my ear in the control room here in a minute. 83 would be, I could see with the terrible towels. I mean, what would that mean to you as a Hines Ward fan, lifelong, to be a Steeler? That would be crazy. And that's not a bad wide receiver room either.
Not at all. They just got DK. But, that would be cool. I actually shook Mike Tomlin's hand at the Senior Bowl. That was like a starstruck for a second. I'm not going to lie. Then I had to lock back in. But, it's just a cool moment. And that would
Did he
be
say
really
anything?
cool. Yeah, he just said, he said, hey, Jaylin, said, glad you're here, something like that. I don't even remember exactly what he said. I just remember he said my name. I was like, oh, man, that's crazy.
Jaylin, you blacked out meeting Mike Tomlin.
I'm telling you, I know. I feel bad even saying it right now. But
no, he has that. He's got aura, like presence.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's like,
sure.
And he's so respectful and like firm, and you're just like, yes, sir. And I just always want to, like, whenever I'm around him, I just want to straighten my posture. I want to like sit straight and like get my life together, because I like want him to be proud of me. He's so great. Who do you think should be the Steelers quarterback? Talk a little football with me. Who do you think should be the QB?
Oh man, see, I don't know. I think Russ did a good job last year. He's a vet and he's been doing a good job, but I'm not gonna say too much on it because I don't know exactly what they got planned or what's going on. But I think Russ did a great job. That's all I'm gonna say.
And Mike Tomlin did a great job with Russ. And so if they're watching this, I just asked this gentleman a question, coach, and he wouldn't answer, which is a great way to be in your locker room. I love that. You can tell me the top 3 wide receivers. Who you got? Top 3 wide receivers in the NFL right now.
See, I'm a little biased because I'm like 5'10". I like smaller receivers. So I'm going Jet is not. I'm going Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Terry McLaurin.
Oh, poor Jamar Chase. Ouch.
I know. I rock with Jamar too. I do. See, we always get in arguments over who's better, Jamar or Jettis, but I always say I like Jettis.
Yeah, I think they're both great. Your former teammate, like, you're friendly with Braden Fisk. I love that. But your former teammate is a Super Bowl champion. Have you talked to or congratulated Reed Blankenship since the Eagles lifted the Lombardi?
I haven't talked to him yet. I was gonna hit him up. I know his phone's probably still blowing up, but it's just crazy to see. He's his 3rd year. He's already been to 2 Super Bowls. So it's just every kid's dream. So, and it's crazy. I got to play with him and share snaps with him. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Jaylin, I don't know that I like everything about you, but I don't think I want you to get rid of the Ford Fusion. I think the Ford Fusion should stay. What do you think?
Hey, honestly, it really just depends on where I go. If I'm in like a city, even if I go to Pittsburgh or something, I might need something that's good on gas. Being in the city,
true.
Having a truck in the city might not be the best. But it just depends. I have to talk with my fiance about it and figure out what our plans are.
That is a perfect answer. Let's go, Jaylin Lane. Yeah. You're honestly, you're checking all of the boxes. You're doing all of your things. Congrats, by the way, on your deal with Panini. I love that. Congratulations.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
I love that's a great family over there. Are you thinking about what your cards are going to look like? Do you have any say? Your poses, any of that?
I have no clue what my cards are gonna look like, but I know they'll do a good job. It's crazy at the Senior Bowl. They actually already gave us some Panini cards, so I got like a whole stack of like me and my Senior Bowl jersey. I've been giving them out to my family and whatnot. So.
Well, we're excited to see where you go in the NFL. And I know that you're not focused on your poses or anything else or your Ford Fusion. You are focused on your pro day because that is a big deal. It's happening on March 26th. We'll be watching. We're wishing you luck at Virginia Tech's pro day. Jaylin Lane, great to meet you and enjoy the process.
Thank you.
And say hi. I'm going to get your dad on the show. It's going to make you so mad. Watch. We'll do that next.
Nah, for real. Nah, I already know he's going to.
I love that. It's amazing. Okay, enjoy it.